Hi, I'm Rick Callett, owner of Wind River Spas. I'd like to talk to you today a little bit about hot tub shells. Colorado's environment is very unique in that our altitude combined with the high UV levels throw a lot of problems at your typical hot tub shell. Most manufacturers build their tubs out of fiberglass. What they do is they take a thin sheet of acrylic, and once they form that into the hot tub shell, they'll shoot fiberglass on the backside for structure. The problem is that these materials are not compatible. They don't expand and contract at the same rate. They're not able to be left in the sun for any period of time without that fear of separation or delamination. So cracks appear when the fiberglass expands faster than the acrylic and it leaves these fractures. That also allows a place for bacteria to get into the in and behind the finish where bacteria can breed. Of course, it's not sanitary. Now, with Wind River, what we've done is, with the help of Lucite, we use what's called co-extruded acrylic. It's got the same acrylic cap sheet, but it's got a plastic substructure that's chemically bonded to the back side of the tub. These materials, being chemically bonded, will never separate or delaminate, but the most important thing is that these materials expand and contract at the same rate. You never have to worry about these it being left out in the sun. There's no exclusions in our warranty against UV damage. We also use what's called Microban. Lucite has Microban, or an antimicrobial, that's in the surface of the acrylic. It costs about $100 more per sheet. We think it's worth it. A lot of manufacturers don't use it because invisible things like Microban don't sell hot tubs. They'd rather spend the money on lights and waterfalls and things like that. So anyways, we wouldn't spend the money if we didn't think it was worthy. This extra $400 that it costs for this sheet makes for a better spa that can be left out exposed to UV, which is what you would expect with an outdoor product like a hot tub. One of the biggest problems with full foam is the risk of freeze. When you have a full foam insulated hot tub, all your components are isolated on the outside edge of the spa. This giant block of insulation isolates these components from the source of heat. Your best friend is that vessel of water if the breaker trips off. And unfortunately, when you've got components on this little island by themselves, once you freeze and crack a fitting like this, you lose all that water, and then everything within the foam-filled areas freezes. It's a chain reaction. So essentially the same ventilation that was designed to allow the hot air out in the summer allows the cold air in the winter if you lose power. So full foam tubs are the most likely to freeze, and they're impossible to fix. With the Wind River, we've got perimeter insulation on all four sides and the bottom. If the power goes out, everything is protected inside that warm area, that thermal cavity, and that body of water can maintain that space for as much as 2 to 3 weeks. That's the only reason that we cover freeze in our warranty, when nobody else in the industry will. While freeze damage is the #1 risk of a hot tub, rodents is a close second. Mice get up inside the hot tub, they nest. It's a perfect environment for them. It's warm, predator-free. They'll chew a tube. They've got a water source in the winter when everything else is frozen solid. Mice can destroy a hot tub in less than 1 season. So it's definitely a major issue. On the Wind River, we've got a plastic ABS Durafloor that seals out the bottom and keeps mice at bay. We actually go as far as warrantying against any rodent damage. We're so sure they can't get into our spa that our no-fault warranty covers this type of damage. Most hot tubs are full foam insulated, which means they take a light density bread foam and they flip the tub over after it's plumbed and they spray this half-pound foam into it. The problems are many. The biggest issue is that finding the leak. If you do get a leak in your hot tub, being able to locate that leak. The other one is this bread foam, this half-pound foam, is a light density open cell foam. It's a big sponge. So the first 50 gallons of water gets absorbed into that foam, and not only does it not hold the heat that it did, but it'll start to rot from the inside out. When this type of a leak occurs, almost all the time the tub has to be removed from the backyard. It has to be taken to the factory. The cost of removal and reinstallation is typically not included in the warranty, so you could be looking at a $1,500–$1,800 transportation bill to and from the factory. Being able to work on a tub in your backyard, one that never has to leave your yard, was a goal of Wind Rivers when we designed this 30 years ago. Come to our showroom in Denver and see for yourselves why Wind River Spas is the leading hot tub manufacturer in Colorado since 1978.